Hey there, YouTube friends. Masked Bandit here. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I always do appreciate it, and welcome back to Planet Coaster. Been another hot minute since Planet Coaster, but the holidays are upon us, and I thought we should do some sort of holiday project. This is not going to be anything like the Christmas Village we did a couple years ago. By the way, if you are a member of Bro Nation, we have a little holiday cooperative going on right now. We're not calling it a competition, and it's open for Planet Coaster and Planet Zoo players. You can create a screenshot, and we have a template for you. You can slap over the top and make yourself a little Christmas card, and you can send it to me via DMs on Discord, and I will corral them all, and then Mike and I will do a little fireside chat as we look over all of your amazing screenshots. So if you're interested in that, hop on over to Bro Nation and send us an awesome holiday card. Anyway, what we're going to do is I'm going to actually make a coaster, and I figured I would spread it out and hopefully make a series out of it. Short series, I'm going to guess probably 3 or 4 episodes. Just something to get us through to Christmas time and to kind of get back in the swing of Planet Coaster. So let's go. I know I want to make an RMC, and well, if you watched my first smoking video where I did spare ribs, I showed you part of the process. So if you missed that video, first of all, why? You should go watch it. It's great. It's me making ribs. But if that's not your jam, that's all right. We'll take a look at it again. So let's take a look at the initial idea. So this is my first attempt at an RMC. I've been on several RMCs, I've realized. My most recent one was Lightning Rod at Dollywood. Pretty cool. I've been on Steel Vengeance, Goliath, New Texas Giant, Iron Rattler. I feel like I'm forgetting one. And I've also been on Wonder Woman, the Raptor track. So anyway, I had Bro Nation help me out a bit with the drop shape. It's still probably not perfect, but I at least really enjoy the drop shape. And I just started kind of messing around. I finally reached a point where, you know what, forget it. I'm not one of those hyper-realistic. Like, I build realistically. Like, a park is realistic for me. But if you ever look at the coasters in my projects, the coasters are never the most realistic part of the project. It's the layout of parks. I enjoy park design far more than I enjoy coaster design. It's the tedium of each individual piece and all that. I just can't handle it. But I do still like to make coasters, and I like to theme coasters, and I like to have nice looking coasters. So I've decided to kind of throw it all to the wind and just make something that could be an RMC or resembles an RMC. It's not going to be a perfect RMC, but this was my first rendition, and we'll ride it really fast. It was okay, but this overbank is too small. There's lots of problems with it that even just looking at it, you could be like, nah, that ain't gonna cut it. So we'll go over to Crest here, and you can see what this looked like. Here we go. So, it's fine. It's not going to win any realism awards, and I'm okay with that. But it's fine. This overbank is too tight. It's not tall enough. It needs to be stretched out more. The radius, the turn radius is too small. There's lots of little issues with it. I do like the hill here, the unbanked turn here on the hill. I thought that was pretty good. So there's some ideas in here that work, but I just struggled with this for so long. I just kind of sat there. And I tried different directions and different things, and I wanted a little airtime hump right down here, you know, like in Steel Vengeance, and I think it's Untamed in Wallaby Holland. So I went back, I think after this point, and I just watched a bunch of RMCs. So let's take a look at the next rendition, the next failed attempt. After watching all those RMC videos, I really was inspired by Untamed at Wallaby Holland, and I wanted to get that first element in this 270 degree or 5, whatever it's called. I don't even know what it's called, but this turn stall thingy, this turn dive thing. I really liked that, and I wanted to have that in our layout. And So I did a really rough and ready. You can see it's all caterwampusy up top. It doesn't look very good. And that was actually one of the deciding things to make me abandon this and try again, because I had built all of this and then I sat back and looked and did that's not quite good. But I'm enjoying this out and back layout. What I kind of wanted the out and back layout similar to the Untamed, almost as if this was an out and back wooden coaster that had since been refurbished. That's kind of the vibe I'm going to go with, and we're going to be calling this coaster Yeti to go with the winter landscape. And we're going to do all kinds of fancy pants. It's going to be more fantastic as far as theming goes. But you can see here, this just doesn't look quite right. It was my first attempt. It rides okay, but it's not perfect. Let's give it the old ride here as we head right down the drop. You can also see I've put in a little airtime hill here, into this whatever it is. It's okay. Into a way too fast overbank, and then an outer bank turn. Into this like corkscrew 0G thing, and another airtime hill. So you can see what I'm trying to do with this layout is I'm trying to make it feel out of control like an RMC, forceful like an RMC, and just get close in my attempts and approximations at elements and stuff. So yeah, if you are one of those people that are all into coasters and you can see all kinds of things wrong with it, that's okay. I probably could if I sat down and studied it too, but I just kind of wanted to have fun. It's so frustrating to hop into a game that you enjoy playing and do something that's hard for you to not have any fun. Like, it sucks to not have fun when you're playing a game. So I want to make sure I'm having fun. This overbank is outrageous. Like, I know that's way too fast, but like, some RMCs like Steel Vengeance, I'm not a fan. Like, it's okay, it's fine. But I don't like the second half, especially where you are just thrown into the restraints constantly. That's something that is common in a lot of especially newer RMCs, and I am not necessarily the biggest fan of it. And so I'm really trying to show that with these really intense transitions, or taking these elements at a really high speed. But here is where I'm starting to get a good idea of what I want this coaster to actually look like. And so the next and I think last update for today will be the final layout. So let's take a look at the actual layout of what Yeti is going to be. This is Yeti as we wait for the train to cross the brakes. There we go. So this is Yeti. Some similarities, but some also big differences. Let's watch it go. So we have our airtime hill into this element, which looks better. I don't know if it rides any better. A airtime hill into an overbanked outward bank turn into a kind of weird double up, twisty barrel rolly 0GE thing into some high speed airtime hills, into an overbank, into another overbank, into one more final inversion, couple more little hills, doop, and a tight helix into the brake run. So I am pleased with this layout. Is it perfect? Nope. Are there things wrong with it? Yup. Does it feel like a perfect RMC? Again, nope. But you know what? I am okay with it. I am okay with it. It's something that looks cool. It's going to look cool once the theming is all done with it. It rides fairly well. It rides pretty well. It's fairly smooth. It's pretty okay. I know the shaping probably in this inversion is all out of control, but I can't be arsed. I just can't be arsed. Sorry. There are plenty of people on YouTube that are making really hyper-realistic creations in both Planet Coaster and, you know what, in No Limits. To me, that's where you get the super realistic builds, is in No Limits. I'm not a No Limits player. I've tried. I just can't get into it. But you can see here this out and back style, totally reminiscent of an older coaster. So it makes sense to me that this would be some kind of older layout that has seen some refurb. and some redesign and redraw. So that's kind of the vibe of what we're going to be going for. I am going to do some rather dramatic terrain shifts, but we're going to save all of the theming for the next episode. But I wanted to show you a little bit of my behind the scenes process, and this took quite a while. I started a couple weeks ago, and it took me a while to feel like I finally got something that I want to theme and make a video out of. So yeah, just a short little, hey, this is me, what I'm doing today video. Expect a couple more of these 10 to 15 minute videos coming out, hopefully in the not too distant future. I'm going to keep theming and decorating and all that stuff, and hopefully make a little series out of it. So hope you enjoyed this return to Planet Coaster with an actual coaster. And if you did, be sure to hit the like button. With all that being said, have yourself a great day, great night, great whatever, and I will see all of you for the next episode of Planet Coaster. Take care, everyone, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.